I'm just going to dive a little bit deeper on that for a minute before we bring up our next performance. But man, so I've explained to you the kind of the first tier of Catalyst, these after-hours environments, creating a place where the next generation actually wants to come. And we realized that when that first after-hours program turned into 3 and then 2 satellite locations in Fort Worth, we were like, okay, hold up. We actually have a waiting list of schools. There's not a school on the planet that doesn't want this program because it's reaching the entire population that they're trying desperately to reach within the schools. And so we said, wait a minute, we can't, this isn't scalable right now. We have more students asking for more of our time than we have finances or bodies to help. Like, we've got to do something. And so we've got to be able to engage them in other ways, and we got to create something that takes them deeper, not just creates cool places to hang out, right? We're not trying to just do that. We need something deeper. So the Purpose Project did that. And when we started doing that with students in the schools, we were doing 15-minute sit-downs. So I want to tell you something. When you donate something like $15 to Catalyst, we legitimately use that money to buy a large pizza and bribe a kid to take our Purpose Project online and sit down with us and have a conversation. And they do it, and they love it. And then they want to come back and sit down with us again and again and again. And then we run into a wall because we don't have enough volunteers or money. But we're going to change that tonight. And so one of the cool things about the Purpose Project is it's been used in so many different environments. As you heard a lot from Zach, but man, I'm telling you, the first time we did it with students, especially in the court system, I mean, like, you can picture it, right? They come in, not looking you in the eye, earphones in, don't want to be there, head down, like, they're not giving you any time, attention, respect. You haven't earned it, and they shouldn't give it, right? So they're just there. Their physical body is there. And then 2 hours later, they're exchanging phone numbers with us. The last time we did this in Georgetown, the students were actually helping clean up and bring stuff to our car. Like the first class of students I ever did this with, the quote was this: "Bro, this is the coolest shit I've ever done." Sorry, I just got PG-13 real quick. But that's real. It's just connecting at a real level. And then we started to do it in the public school system a little bit, right? And then we started to do it with college students. Then we wrote a book on it called Throat Punch Normal and started putting it into the hand of churches, saying, what if you could know and understand the DNA of every student attending your group and how to direct them and guide them and align them to purpose? Would it make a difference? And then opportunities started to open, but again, we hit a wall. And it was a money wall, right? We had more people asking than we had the funds and resources to expand it. But again, that's what we're starting to change, and that's what we're changing tonight. So here's a couple of things that I want to share on my heart. Here's what's in store for 2020, right? As we build the second tier of Catalyst, we're creating a pathway to take students deeper through the Purpose Project, and we're going to expand it in the court systems. Because Judge McLean is one of many judges who's saying, you know what, I want adults to go through this too. She's going to start court mandating adults go through the Purpose Project. We want to take it into more court systems in Central Texas. And we believe that with as little as $15,000, we're going to be able to do that. That is like a 3-inch bar. We're going to be able to clear that and do that no problem. And then the next step that we want to do within the first 3 months of next year is create a curriculum that the public schools can use so that we can get in and we can start to show them what we've been doing and put it in the hands of others who could do the same thing. That's going to cost us about $30,000 to create, to fund, to establish, to do it right, to be dynamic. I'm not talking about writing a stale workbook here, guys. Like nobody wants to get workbook to death. I'm talking about something more dynamic than that. And that bar is something that we can clear together. And then last but not least, we realize that the Purpose Project, more so than a quiz or a survey, it's an experience. And what we've been doing with students has been, in part, over these years, creating a different type of mentor program. And so what we have done is we have taken the best approaches to mentoring that we have done or we have witnessed. We have combined it into a project. We're calling the Mentor Project right now. And we're going to create a digital new version of mentoring that actually engages students. It's going to be the most ambitious thing we've done yet. But imagine this. Imagine a program that draws out the best in students that they want to be a part of, that celebrates rites of passage, that knows the things that they're struggling. It's helping them buy their first car, helping them through that first dating relationship. It's helping them land that first job. It's helping them find colleges, all of that. What if we can change the dynamic of traditional stale mentor programs by creating something that's many to one? Because see, in traditional mentoring, what happens is that person comes in your life and leaves within 6 months. So again, another form of authority there and gone. But we don't want to paint a path of mentors that we don't know if they'll show up next week. We want to put students on a path. That the path is the path, and if you stay on the path, mentors are going to come and go and guide you along the way, but the path is going to be the path, and as long as you stay on it, you are going to discover how you're uniquely wired and why it matters. That's what we're building. And we have the blueprints for it. The first rendition of it to go live and take 200 students through it's going to be about $80,000. So between those three things, they're ambitious goals. But they're ones that we're going to tackle because, again, we're in this to make a difference and try something new because we all know that the same old thing just isn't working. I'm going to be back one last time to share the final thing that we're into, and it's the most exciting part for me, most meaningful part for me. But before I do, we got some more performances.